It's been a year of U-GeekTV, which is a year of me being on YouTube. And what have I learned? Quite a few things, actually. But above all else, I learned this. I was prepared to walk this journey alone. The content creation, the ideas, all of it. Win, lose, or draw, I was ready. But you all came with me. And I appreciate that. Let's get into it.
U-GeekTV.
Welcome back to U-GeekTV. I am your host, Jarius, the Unapologetic Geek, and I am back, and this time we're doing something that is different, really. So, after a year of doing U-GeekTV on YouTube, what have I learned? We're going to go through this journey on the history of U-GeekTV a little bit, but I got some lessons mixed in, and just bear with me, man. I don't know how long this is going to run, how short this is going to run. I have no idea. I don't even know if I'm going to get emotional or not because I'm kind of up and down on that spectrum, but just bear with me. First of all, I'm thankful. Off top, thank God. I just want to thank God for giving me the vision and just giving me the courage to move forward and do what it is that I feel like I should be doing with my life. Secondly, I want to thank my wife for her unwavering support of me. Although she doesn't really understand like the technical aspects of this, as far as the visual aspects, a lot of the stuff you see is stuff that actually looks decent. If it was up to me, it'll look like some bullshit and some chaos. But she gave me the vision in a lot of ways and helped me along in a lot of ways. But emotionally and mentally, I mean, and support wise, I couldn't have done this without her. So I thank you, baby. Really. Next, I want to shout out my friends and family, people who supported me, really cheered in my corner and everything like that, helped me when I was bouncing ideas off, when I was trying to learn different things, make different tweaks to the channel, to the visuals, all of that stuff, understanding like the algorithm, SEO, or whatever the terms are, all of that stuff, which I still don't fully understand, but I'm getting a grasp on it. I want to thank those people who were instrumental on the educational and supportive side as well. Thank you. I also want to thank the subscribers. I believe now we're at 566. Haven't quite made it to that 1K yet. I'm still marching forward towards that. And I'm still, coming up with new content in different ways to get us all there. But I appreciate the people who have been rocking with me, the viewers who may not have subscribed yet and are thinking about it. All of you, thank you so much. I like to try and thank you on every video. This video is no different. Without you all, honestly, I don't know where I would be or how much I would be continuing to do this. But the feedback and the immense love and support that I've gotten, even from the haters, I appreciate all of this. Like, really, it means a lot to me, good or bad. Now, let's get into some lessons. The first thing, let's talk about niches. When I was really getting into doing YouTube and I was looking at all these educational videos, the niche was the biggest thing. And the more unique your niche is, the better you'll do. And I honestly believe that. Like, I've seen some really cool niches out there, and I've seen some that I wouldn't necessarily be interested in, but I can understand why they thrive. Shout out to the people with the most obscure and absurd niches that are doing your thing. Look, you guys are the best. As for me and mine, I made the decision to make the niche me. I'm somebody who really can talk about a lot of different subjects. I can go from sports to wrestling to video games to comics to movies to television and back, even a little bit of politics. Like, I'm able to talk about a lot of different things. And I decided, hey, the niche should be me. And I also thought about it, like, wouldn't it be kind of cool to have a place where someone talks about a lot of different subjects for people who like a lot of different subjects? And thus, U-GeekTV was born. Now, as far as the name is concerned, my, I guess, stage name or whatever is the Unapologetic Geek. Came up with that years ago. Actually have a pretty big Facebook page named after that. But Yeah, I came up with that long time ago, and that's what I did. I talked about a lot of different things. The main thing I did was like review movies and TV shows, but I talked about football, I talked about comics, I talked about the history of different characters in comics and in other mediums and things like that. I even brought up wrestling a couple times, and it was mostly successful. It's a pretty successful page. I talked about humorous stuff as well. But the difference between Facebook and YouTube is with YouTube, it's either going to be educational or supremely entertaining or somewhere in the middle. Uh, it's not a lot of forgiveness on this platform. This platform is really hard. But going back into having a niche or whatever, I decided, okay, let me try making myself the niche. Just having somewhere where you can go to have all of these subjects in one place and see how that works out. So far, it's worked out pretty good. Not every video is going to be a hit. And I guess that gets us to our next lesson. When you record these videos, look, do not think that every video is going to be the one to send you to the moon. You will be humbled quickly. Life is hard when you've recorded like several minutes. I haven't recorded a video that's like several hours long, but several minutes of a video. And then you release it and it only gets like 4 views within the first 24 hours or something like that. Like this shit is really hard and it's really humbling. You can have it in your head that this is a great idea. This is going to be the one. And you put it out there and you think you cooked. And boy, oh boy, you find out quickly that a lot of these people didn't even make it past the first 30 seconds of your video. That shit is humbling, man. Really. And all of us content creators, to a degree, I guess we're a little bit narcissistic or self indulgent in a way because we think that you want to hear what it is that we have to say. And we put it on video and we put it out there for the world. And we're just thinking that this is going to be everything that you want it to be and more. But it's not necessarily the case. If you're getting into this thinking you're going to have a lot of adulation quickly, that within a year, you're going to have several different videos that have all of these views and all these comments and things like that. Man, I'm telling you right now, this shit is not TikTok. This shit is not Instagram. This shit is not Facebook. The YouTube audience is going to make your ass work. All that cute shit that you can do, you can take that elsewhere. The YouTube audience is here to make your ass work. And it gets me to my next lesson. You got to want it. You got to want to work. You got to want to do everything that comes with this. I've bullshitted several times over the course of this year. I haven't been the most consistent person. I started off really, really hot and I did pretty well. And then I ran into an issue. I was actually using the TikTok, their native recorder, to record my early videos, and that's why they look so different. Besides other things that I discovered along the way, like lighting and everything, but I used their native recorder, and I was recording like I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes review, which you all still have not seen, by the way. I just want to say that. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I recorded that review and I felt like I put together a really, really good video. And it's something with the TikTok recorder that if there's an issue with the memory that the app is using, not necessarily the memory on your phone, but the memory that the app is using, if it runs out of something in the middle of you recording, it's not going to record anything and it's going to look like it's still recording. That shit was so disheartening to me. Like it almost broke me. I'll be honest with you. And I stopped for like a month. And the channel was still doing okay. I believe at that point I dropped the Good Times review, which is still my highest viewed video. Thank you for that. And like things were still, going well. I was really feeling it or whatever. But that took a lot of gas out of me, and it was just difficult having to do all the editing that I already needed to do. And the thing I was using to record wasn't working. So I told myself, look, I'm going to take a step back, figure out some better technological options, and then I'll come back to it. And one day went by, 2 days went by. And just psychologically, it had taken me out of it, and it shouldn't have. I lost a month of time in content creation because it got too hard. It got too hard, simply. And I didn't understand what it was that I was doing it for. And then I realized I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was enjoying myself, but I really was having it in mind. Look, man, maybe this next video is going to be the one that blows up and gets me monetized, or the video after that, or whatever the case may be. And that setback shouldn't have been enough for me to take a month off. And that month honestly kind of haunts me because I'm wondering, like, if I had kept going during that time, where would I be at? But I feel like where I am now with this channel is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, you gotta want to work. You gotta want to do it. You have to want this. The planning that goes into this, whatever your niche is, whatever your style is, you have to want to commit to that and to deliver it. I don't even really have a schedule. I release videos when I feel it. I'm gonna get better with that. I need to get more organized. I'm working on that. That may be another video as well. But what I do know is I'm not gonna stop. I have content planned. I have things that are gonna come out that are being released. I have things that I'm working on weekly. I'm thinking about this channel quite a bit. And I just know what the vision is. And I feel it coming together, not exactly how I want it to be, but it's coming together and it's all worth it. And I just want to say, I guess that's my next lesson. It's all worth it. Whatever it is that you feel in your heart that you want to do, whatever it is that for the spiritual out there that God has called you to do, and you feel like you're hearing him and you want to do that, it's all worth it. All the pain, everything that comes with it, all the frustration, all of the shit on the mental scale, the depression that comes with it, like all the stuff that you're going through to get your vision out, to get your content out, it's worth doing it. It's worth going through. There is another side. There is a part of this where you come out and you win. But the main thing is, man, don't do it for the views, don't do it for the adulation, do it for you. Do it for the vision that you have in mind, and stick with it and commit to it. And I promise you, you're going to be all right. Now, this isn't really a lesson, but I tell you what, YouTube Studio can be pretty addicting, especially when you're looking to see when you're going to be monetized. And I heard the real journey doesn't even begin until monetization is there. And I'm already claiming that, within a year's time, this channel is going to be monetized, and I'll come back and do another video and talk about that as well. But again, don't do it for the money, and do it for your vision. I am interested to see how things progress once you're monetized and once you're able to continue forward. But I'll tell you this, that whole 3,000 and 4,000 watch time hours, you have to do that a year, not only to get monetized, but to stay monetized. That shit right there is next level. YouTube is gonna make sure you earn it. I guess it goes back into the lesson about wanting to work. You definitely have to keep on it, man. Especially if you're gonna make this job, which is, I would love to do that. However, that's not the reason I'm doing that. I have a vision in mind that I want to get out, and I just want to see where it goes. So, quick history about me. I started off podcasting, like audio podcasting. I got some old stuff out there. One place, I'm not going to tell you the name of it because I don't want them to have anything to do with me at this point. And they know who they are. Matter of fact, if I get about 2,000 subscribers, I'll do a video giving you the history of U-GeekTV and Unapologetic Geek. And I'll bring that up and address it. However, look, that's neither here nor there. I started off podcasts. I've done quite a few podcasts. I think to date, I may have done about around 300, maybe 400 or so in total. I had a podcast called The Unapologetic Experience. It lasted for about 15 episodes. And then I kind of, life happened. I ended up moving. There's a whole bunch of different stuff happened. With that, stepped away from it for a while. Matter of fact, I may upload those old episodes just so y'all can get an idea of what that was. But I came back, and then YouTube was on the rise, and I just wasn't feeling getting on camera or anything like that. Like I had trepidation about that. I guess it leads to my next video. Be comfortable on camera because that's how a lot of people connect with you. However, shout out to the people who are faceless. Those faceless channels, that's impressive to me because you got to do a whole lot of editing on some different shit to just go completely faceless. Like that shit is impressive. But yeah, I wasn't really comfortable being on camera and things like that. And over time, I kind of got used to it. You can go back and look at my old videos, man. One of which, oh my god, the everything was trash on it. But I'm not even gonna get into that. It just takes time, and honestly, I guess this is another lesson. You just keep going until you get comfortable, until you feel like you have a handle on what it is you want to do. Make it as simple as possible. If you feel like you're doing too much, take a step back, look at what it is that you're doing, and try and simplify it. The main thing that you want to do is not gas yourself out to the point where you really don't want to make content. Keep making the content, keep doing the work. And again, I promise it's going to pay off. I brought up being a podcaster for a reason, and I kind of got lost in the plot. I'm moving back into doing the podcast thing now. Like YouTube appears to enjoy that, and I'm seeing some growth with it. Over on our podcast, or I guess on the live tab, you can see we've been doing the unapologetic football show. So more podcasts are coming at you, and I guess I'm getting ready to get up out of here, and I'll let you all know what's coming next. So, U-Geek TV in 2025, what does that look like? Glad you asked. More movie reviews, more television show reviews. We're going to continue until the end of the NFL season with the unapologetic football show. Then Uncanny 97. This is the first time this has been announced anywhere. Uncanny 97 will be dropping. That is a X-Men the animated series rewatch show. I got a couple friends joining me for that. That's been really fun. We've already been recording it, and we will be putting that out very soon. Additionally, I do have another entertainment and movie podcast coming out. It's going to be called The Unapologetic Opinion. And really, it's not just going to be about movies and TV shows. I'm going to talk about really different topics that I've seen, that I've come across, that are interesting to me. Whatever I see at the time, I may be even reacting to like a video in those podcasts and things like that. But that's going to be fun also. And lastly, and I'm currently in talks to do this, but the Unapologetic Wrestling Show is on the radar. I love WWE. I love watching wrestling. I even check out some AEW and things like that. So I thought it would be pretty cool to have a wrestling podcast. We'll see how that goes. I'll start to cultivate the audience for that and put more videos and things out. Just kind of gauging interest when it comes to that. But yeah, 2025 is going to be a huge year for U-Geek TV, and I'm happy to have you all along for that journey. Again, I appreciate everything you all have done for me. Let's get up out of here. The love, the support, the criticism, the praise, I couldn't have done it without any of it. Like for every negative criticism that I've had, I've gone harder. For every bit of constructive criticism or praise, I've gone harder as well. It's all been valuable to me, and I'm really thankful for it, and I'm humbled. Look, like I said previously, I was a podcaster. I did all of these podcasts working with all these different people. Some were my own, and I just wondered, if I really committed myself to it, how far I could go. And I was prepared to walk that journey alone, but you all came with me, and I appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and I am out.